My name is Candy. Thank you so much for coming back to watch another one of my videos. Today we will be discussing deciding to be a stay-at-home mom. So anyone can be a stay-at-home parent. Anybody, it can be a mom, it can be a dad, it just has to be a parent that decides to stay at home. I knew that, and this was before our daughter came into our lives. This was before we decided to even start the adoption process. I knew that being a stay-at-home parent when we did have children was the plan. And that was, again, because being away from them for multiple hours throughout the day just wasn't going to be for me. It just wasn't. I had zero idea what that meant. I didn't know what that really entailed. I mean, I knew it meant being at home with your child, but did I know what it really meant? No, I didn't know what it meant. Nothing prepared me for motherhood, but nothing prepared me for my new job. My new job was just, it is the hardest job I've ever had in my life, by far. So this, I would compare to going to medical school, right? But I skipped high school and undergrad, and all of a sudden I'm just thrown into medical school, or I'm thrown into a residency. I have no idea what I'm doing. This is what it is, but I'm excelling. Yes, I am. So on a day-to-day basis, I would like to describe this as pure insanity. Some days are better than others, but you have days that are just pure insanity. It's filled with happiness. It's filled with fun. It's filled with, not so much right now, boredom, but I had times, and this was of course when she was younger, but it was filled with boredom. I still have times that it's filled with extreme loneliness because you're lonely. We are in the middle of a pandemic, so it is her and I am by myself. I don't have friends around that I can just go and hang out with and just kind of have girlfriend time with, you know? And even if I did, would I really want to be around them in the middle of a pandemic, depending on their lifestyle? I don't know. So the exhaustion is something that I can't even really speak of, because when I say that I am hands-on, I am hands-on, and I am nap off. So I'm not one of those parents that I nap. I don't take breaks. So when she's down, I'm doing something, because when she's up, I'm very limited as to what I can do, because she is all over the place. If I don't see her, that means that she's into something. Literally, she's trying to climb steps. She's climbing over a baby gate. She is doing something that she should not be doing. So I have to always this. It's a very small window. We have so many baby gates in this house. It looks like we are trying to keep something out. That's what it looks like. Just trying to keep her safe. So the amount of pressure that you feel sometimes as a stay-at-home parent, you just can't describe it. But would I change it for anything? No, because the joy that I get from it can't be measured. I've never had the joy and the fulfillment that I get from this from any job, because I see the fruits of my labor and they mean something to me. My daughter is so smart, and I say that with pride. And you know why she's smart? Because what I put into her, what we put into her on a daily basis. I've always been a good employee. I've always been extremely competitive. Yeah, my employers, I'm sure they appreciate it, but can I be replaced? Yeah. You know what I mean? That's just the nature of the game. I'm just another employee. I'm just another employee number. My work here it's immeasurable. I feel like what I'm doing here really matters. And I've never felt that way. You know, everything that I do with her is intentional. What I put in her body, what I allow her to see, who I allow her to be around, what I say to her, what we teach her, everything is done with intention. that means something to me. It really, 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 really means something to me. When I see where she is now versus where she was a year ago, I'm in awe because that took work. From the minute that she wakes up, she is learning something. You know, so when I say I'm exhausted, that is because of the type of parenting that I'm doing. And it is hard. It is hard. But that's what I'm choosing to do because I think that you have a choice to make as a parent. And this is what I choose to do. And I see the fruits of that labor, and I'm happy with that. But yeah, it's exhausting. So, you know, don't get me wrong. I am not judging any mom or dad that have to go out and work, or if you choose to stay at your job and put your child in childcare. That's a choice that you make. And everyone does it for different reasons. Some people cannot be a stay-at-home parent, and that is fine. I think everyone knows their limit, and this is not for everybody. Because trust me, I have had days that she has almost driven me insane, and that's not a joke. That's not a joke, and any stay-at-home parent will know that that's something serious. Not everybody can do it. This is hard. It is hard. Not every household can swing it financially. I mean, there are a lot of things we have to cut back. I mean, like, cut back. The way our life was before versus where it is now, it's completely different. There are things that we have to cut back and sacrifice on. But what we're getting from it, to me, is worth it. You know what I mean? So to me, you have to, the benefits outweigh it. Also, if I would have stayed at that job, I don't know when I would have ever seen her. I don't know, because I was always out of town working. Even if I had a 9-to-5 job, or an 8-to-4, or a 7-to-3, she was in daycare all day. Someone else would have been seeing her more than me because she would have still been on a schedule. So if I was still putting her to sleep at 7:30, when would I see her? I wouldn't see her. And then good childcare is not inexpensive. And I mean good childcare, not just any rinky-dink daycare. Good childcare is very expensive. So am I working to put her in daycare? Because I know a lot of people do that because they just don't want to be at home. To each his own. I wasn't going to do that. Then do I trust anybody with her? No. It would have had to have been I was moving my mother in? No. Or moving his mother in? No. Because those are the only other two people I would trust with her. You understand what I mean? So it's like our options were very, very, very limited as to what we could do. So here we are. Intentional decisions. There's some perks. You know, when she was little, she had doctor's appointments. She was a preemie. I don't have to request any time off. You know, we took almost a month-long vacation in Europe. We've gone other places. I don't have to request any time off. Kenny has to put his time off, but I don't have to request any time off. I just kind of go. You know what I mean? It's just nice to know that I make her schedule and her schedule is her schedule. That's the cool thing about it, is I'm kind of just working with her. So as babies change and they get older, certain things just change with them. And it's like I have to change and adapt to her schedule. And that works for me. You do have to remember, listen, you two, the puppies downstairs. Have to keep an eye out, an ear out for them. You do have to remember that this is the hardest job I've ever had. But at the end of every 2 weeks, I'm not getting a check. I'm not getting PTO. You know what I mean? It's just like, this is the check that I'm getting. Seeing her, you know, being able to say her ABCs before she's 2. Or seeing her being able to count to 20 before she's 2. These are just things that it's just like, okay, it's worth it. You know? So it's just, you just have to perspective. The loneliness is real. I cannot stress that enough. The loneliness is something that you really have to come to grips with, especially during, you know, the times that we are living in, because I know with me, I have to be cautious around other people and having her around other people, because the truth is we can't get sick, and I don't want to get sick. I don't want her to get sick. So you have to be cautious. Now, don't get me wrong. We're outside all day, every day, and we are around other people. I still go to stores every single day. We're still going on with our lives. But am I going into other people's homes and having her on play dates in other people's homes? No. Is she, talking and playing with kids outside? Yeah, she does. But it's different. You know what I mean? So it's different. You have to make certain changes, because literally nothing is about me anymore. So I do have to wake up before, I always get up before she gets up, but I have to wake up extra early to make sure that my hair is done before she wakes up, because once she gets up, the day starts, and that's it for me. I don't have any more time to do anything. So everything is about her. From the minute she wakes up, everything is now about her. Oh, you over here blowing me kisses? She wants my attention to blow kisses, and she's kissing her unicorn. So you have to remember that being a stay-at-home mom is not all about like ice cream and sunshine and hugs and kisses. You're gonna have days, and we have days, that it is about tantrums and her ignoring me and acting like she doesn't know her name, and just hard days. And sometimes you are just gonna have to excuse yourself. And then you're going to have other days that everything is just going to go the way you want it to. Everything is going to go as planned. She's going to do every lesson the way you want her to do it. She's going to color in the, well, not color in the lines, but she's just going to do every single thing that you want her to do. The weather's going to be perfect outside. You guys can just have the best time, because again, we love to be outside. So you guys are just going to have the best time ever. But not every day is going to be like that. You're raising a child. You cannot predict what it's going to be like. So take the good for the good, take the bad for the bad, and know that the bad is just temporary. You know what I mean? Would I still choose to be a stay-at-home mom? Yes. No matter the opportunity that presented itself. Because the little girl that I see developing far outweighs anything that I've ever helped develop in any company. To me, it just means more. No conference call, nothing that I was ever a part of, no raise, no promotion meant anything to me, that seeing her do something that just shocked me means to me. Like, Kenny came downstairs today, and he's like, she knows her whole alphabet. She's not 2. And I'm just like, intentional learning. You know what I mean? Like that early education. And I know people watching this are going to be like, oh my God, she's such a liar. Yeah, okay. I would shock you right now, but I don't show her. So, this was a very, 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 very easy decision for me to make, to be a stay-at-home mom. I didn't want anybody spending more time with her than I was able to. I just didn't want it. That was no daycare. That was no grandparents. No one. Do I have hard days, difficult days that I just want to quit? Yes. But where am I going? Nowhere. I'm going right back to work the same day. The same place tomorrow. Is it worth it? Yes. Do I love it? Yes. Find a little village of a support system that you have, and speak to them when necessary. I have an amazing neighbor that lives right next door, and she's been a stay-at-home mom for years to her 3 children, and she's great. I have a girlfriend that she's a stay-at-home mom to her 2 girls, and she's amazing. So, find a small little village, and when you're having bad days, speak to them. Speak to them, but just know that the hard days aren't going to last, and they'll eventually go to school. If that's what you choose to do. So that's what I have. All of you stay-at-home moms, if you want, leave a comment below. If you don't want to leave anything in the comment, I've also linked my email. Follow me on IG. The link is below. My name is Khandy. Thank you so much for watching. Please like this video. Go ahead and subscribe to my to my channel. Turn on your notifications so you know when I upload new videos. And have yourself a great day. Bye-bye.